We're completely lost, and my little puppy paw pads are really hurting right now.
This could be a lot worse.
How could this get worse? Huh? How could it get worse?
Hold on, buddy!
Well, it's no surprise that Will Ferrell and Jamie Foxx are a great duo and play great off of one another. I have to say the same, for Randall and Isla. Just like the four of them, like we did get them all recording together a couple of times. They just are such skilled comedians with so much experience that they really know how to play off of one another in a really imaginative and playful way that makes you feel like you're really with like a cool gang of dog friends. and I don't know, I just never wanted to leave that session.
I recently this couch. Best sex of my life.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Oh, and she dirty too. I'll see you later, baby.
It was nice to meet you.
So much improvising, and they wanted to perform together. That was part of the appeal for them, I think. And for Jamie and Will in particular, they did, I think, pretty much every session together. And being able to play off of each other led them to some crazy places. And, Josh would, like encourage them to like, go run with whatever idea they had. We would be in the booth, like texting Josh, being like, what if they tried this? What if they tried this? And they would take it. And they're, these are some of the best people to ever do it. They're some of the best improvisers and multi-talented comedians that have ever existed. And for them to be able to be playing off of each other was a joy for them as much as it was for us in the booth, and then as much as it was for the audience.
Whoa! You look different.
You look different too.
How so? Is it my human hands?
Hold up.
That was a really fun sequence to work on. It was a thing where we were like, okay, let's all come together and like pitch what kind of crazy things could happen. And it was built in the edit room, and we were like, well, let's try this. Part of it was sort of like, oh, look at this. I found a dog puppet online that looks kind of like Hunter. What if we did that? And then somebody else was like, well, what if we put human hands on him? And it was a fun group activity to sort of see what we could do to sort of surprise each other. And a lot of people came together to do that. And it was a fun experiment because you could do anything you could think of, we could do. And we tried a bunch. There's got to be a couple dozen versions of that scene that with a bunch of things that were even too crazy. It was
like a floating tennis ball.
Right.
There
was something about Sarah Lawrence College.
Yeah.
There was a lot of weird stuff that was tried. But this was the most fun ones I think we got.
Hunter, your cone.
Oh, yeah, I know. I should probably take it off.
No, it's growing.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Probably, I would imagine that there could be the extended mushroom cut. There
probably cuts plural.
That's right. There was a lot. But what's really great about Josh as a director is that he really knew what he wanted, and that he was also really open to, this group of very talented people, these actors that could provide something fun and be like, okay, let's go with that, and then we'll figure out how to get it into the movie. And so the ability to have a clear vision but to also be open is something that is really tricky and hard to do, but the great ones do it, and Josh really did.
My name is Miles Morales. I'm Brooklyn's one and only Spider-Man.
Only that we're going to take the time it needs for it to be a great and satisfying conclusion to the trilogy, and we'll let you know when we know more.
But everyone's working really hard on it and I've already done a lot of really wonderful work.
I'm lost.
You're a stray now. You can do anything you want.
This beer doesn't taste good, but I like how it's making me feel.
I mean, part of me is like, what does Garfield really sound like if he wasn't, you know what I mean? If he was R-rated? Because I actually think Garfield is R-rated. And he just had to he had to censor a lot of his inner thoughts. That jumped to mind. Somebody mentioned to me recently, because I certainly thought about Ted, another wonderful Universal classic. Not an animal, but I wouldn't have minded if during the mushroom trips they winded up interacting with Ted the bear. But, you know, unfortunately the idea came too late in the creative process, but maybe next one.
You are officially a stray.
That would mean Doug doesn't love me.
Poor little guy.
I should probably talk to him. I am a therapy dog.
I mean, they all were so dialed in. And in any given turn, they would impress me so many different ways. I actually am going to give you a weird answer, but I think it's tricky to become a dirty couch who is breaking up with a dog because you discover he's cheated on you with other couches. So I was kind of really blown away with Sofia Vergara's commitment to being a couch, breaking up with her dog. But it's a tough question. It's like asking me my favorite child. It's like there's no easy way out of that question. But I was blown away with Sophia's commitment to that funny role. He has changed my life. He's I gotta be honest. I wish he was more like Reggie in the movie. He's a little more like Bug. I think he's got a lot more attitude than Reggie in the movie. But no, he's so sweet. I brought him home. I surprised my twin daughters. We have a hilarious, adorable video of them opening a box and losing their minds. And yeah, I've had dogs my whole life. I've never had a terrier. So, word to the wise, they have a lot to say. I've always had like sort of dogs that don't bark a lot. He's got a lot to say, so that's interesting. But no, we absolutely love him. Such a joy. There was another dog adopted on the film by another producer, and just yesterday I had them re-meet each other. They hadn't seen each other in a couple years. So we met up at the dog park, which was fun. But no, my Reggie, who my daughters, of course, aptly named Reggie, is just such a joy to have in our house. Having Will Ferrell run around your house is quite fun.
Going back to Doug's.
What?
Man.
And he needs to pay for what he did with the only thing he truly loves. I'm gonna bite his off.
Yes, although here's a fun wrinkle. Our dog was from the UK. It turns out border terriers are very hard to find. They're not a popular breed in the US, and they're used to play mutts, right? Because they kind of look like a mixed breed. So he's British. So I guess he's like a British Will Ferrell. So maybe he's like Sherlock Holmes. I don't know. It's like maybe I have Will playing Sherlock as a dog in my house. Yeah.
I'm Star.
Short for Starbra.
Assume yours is Barbara.
Nope, just Barb. Plain old Barb.
I think they could potentially have turned into the two sea turtles that were on Trisha's side. So maybe they're sea turtles out in the ocean and they teamed up with Trish to go maybe like fight crime underwater. And they have a run-in with Morgan Freeman, the crab, and who didn't die. If you remember, we thought he killed himself at the end of that scene in Barb and Star. But the twist is he actually was just going out for a swim. And now they're all out in the sea together. There we go. Barb and Star 2, coming soon. That's not what I'm promoting. Go see Strays.